And the Indian Sports Network is on the air. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Winfield High School in Winfield, Missouri, where we're about 6.5 minutes away from watching the opening games for both teams this year of the Winfield Warriors and the visiting Elsberry Indians. Got a little bit of music going in the background here, so good thing I have the headphones on so I can hear myself. Hopefully you can hear me too. Beginning of the season always brings more questions than there are answers on how a team's going to do. Last year, the Elsberry Indians were 12-14, and the Winfield Warriors were 7-19. But that was last year. So this year we have a brand new slate. The Elsberry Indians are coached by Chad Twellman, and the Winfield Warriors are coached by Brian Keim. I'll go ahead and give the lineups for the team. This is not the starting lineup, but this is the players. And we have, for the visiting Elsberry Indians, we have jersey number 1, Cody Thornhill. He's a 5'7" junior. Number 2, Nathan Reed, a 6-foot senior. Number 4, Stephen Bodecker. He's a 5'11" senior. Number 5, Eddie Bonstel. He's a 5'11" sophomore. Number 10, Shane Lewis. He's a 5'11" junior. Number 12, Derek Taylor, a 6'3" senior. And I skipped number 11, Hunter Grills. He's a 5'8" senior. Number 14 is a 6'1" senior. That's Garrett Hall. Number 22, Gabriel Hill, is a 6'4" sophomore. Number 24, Jake Reimel, is a 5'11" junior. Number 44, Garrick Hill, is a 6'6" senior. And number 54, Trevor Anthony, is a 6'6" senior. That's the players for Elsberry. For the home team, Winfield Warriors, we have Bryant Reeves, number 10. He's a junior. I'm afraid I don't have their heights on my stats. We have number 20, Brendan Wilson. He's a senior. And number 22, Chase Rankin, is a junior. Number 23, sophomore Robert Newman. Number 24, junior William Killingham. Number 30, a sophomore, Nolan Rikers. Number 32, Ian Pruitt. He's a senior. Number 34, junior Charles Rhodes. Number 44, sophomore Cannon Schutte. Number 50, freshman Cole Sams. And number 52, a sophomore Gregory Penrod. So we still have about 2.5 minutes till the game starts. So I'm going to turn this over to a couple of commercials here. And we're going to go in with the starters now. Starting tonight is number 12, Derek Taylor for the Elsberry Indians. Nathan Reed will be starting. Stephen Bodecker will be starting tonight. Garrick Hill and Trevor Anthony rounds out the starting five for the Elsberry Indians. Now for the Warriors. Number 10, Bryant Reeves. Number 20, Brendan Wilson. And Ian Pruitt. Charlie Rhodes is starting. Final starter for Winfield, number 44, Cannon Schutte. Okay, we're getting ready to start here. 8-minute quarters. Now I got my work cut out for me because I have to I'm going to try to keep some stats here and run the camera. And try to tell you what's going on so you don't have to guess. And Winfield gets the ball. It's thrown over to Bryant Reeves. He takes it in. Pass off to the right. As soon as I learn their names here, it'll help. Right back to Reeves, across court to Ian Pruitt. Back to Reeves. He's on the outside corner. And a three-pointer. Yeah, it's no good. Rebounded by Winfield. Back in. Ian Pruitt. Oh, fast break. And the shot is no good. That was Nathan Reed that had the fast break, but he was fouled. All right, I've already fallen behind on this camera. This is going to be a new learning experience for me here. Point is up, or basket's up, and it's no good. Second attempt. And it's good. Elsberry has the lead, 1-0. Ball thrown in to Bryant Reeves. He's running the perimeter, gets it over to Ian Pruitt. Outside over to Brendan Wilson. They're running the outside pretty good. Pass just barely thrown in to Charles Rhodes. Ball tipped out of bounds by Derek Taylor. Remains Winfield's ball. Ball thrown in to Bryant Reeves. He's handling it outside. Foul away from the ball. Not sure exactly what that one was. And Bryant Reeves is handling the ball. Over to Brennan Wilson. Take it inside and then outside. A three-pointer. No good. Defensive rebound by Garrick Hill. 2-point shot from the baseline. Rebounded by Winfield. Bryant Reeves taking it up the court. It looks like he's going up. He's throwing it outside, and the ball was mishandled. That was Brendan Wilson that couldn't handle that pass, so Elsberry takes the ball out of bounds with a 1-0 lead. One minute and 35 seconds gone in this first quarter. Hey, ball thrown in to Derek Taylor. Get it up to Nathan Reed. Derek Taylor wanted to take a shot. Yeah, he's inside, and he's fouled on the way up. The basket is no good. Hey, I apologize for not keeping this camera going. Derek Taylor at the line for 2 shots. First one is good. And the second one is good. 3-0 lead for Elsberry. Reeves brings it up court. He passes off in the corner to Rankin. And Elsberry steals the ball. And another 2 points. That was Derek Taylor. Meanwhile, Winfield has it down on their end. Long pass over three-pointer. And it's no good. Rebounded by Elsberry. Taylor brings it up court. Passes off to Hill. And the ball is knocked in by Taylor. And Winfield says, I think I've seen enough. I'm going to get a timeout, regroup. With 5 minutes and 11 seconds remaining in the first quarter, we have a score of Elsberry 7, Winfield nothing. And Winfield brings it up the court. Bryant Reeves with the ball. On the outside to Chase Rankin. Shot tried from the key, but it was knocked out of bounds here. And it's going to go to Elsberry. William Killingham is the one that's going to be throwing it in. He throws in to Garrick Hill. Derek Taylor, a three-point attempt, and it's good. That takes it 10-0. Ian Pruitt passing back to Chase Rankin. Cross-court pass. Three-pointer is good for Winfield. That was Bryant Reeves with the first point for Winfield. Ball tipped out of bounds by Chase Rankin. Stays with Elsberry. Ball thrown in, and there's a foul on Bryant Reeves. Trevor Anthony is going, well, wasn't a shooting foul, so just going to get it out of bounds. Hill up for the easy 2 points. 12-3 lead for Elsberry. Ian Pruitt handling the ball right now, throws it in, and it's stolen by Elsberry. That's Nathan Reed coming up. He passes it off, but it was knocked out of bounds by Winfield. Stays with Elsberry. Ball thrown into Hill. He's fouled on the way up, but ball just won't drop for him. So Hill goes to the line with 2 shots. Ball is up, and it's good. Second attempt. Ball is up, and it rims its way in. Chase Rankin bringing the ball up the court for Winfield. Throws it out. And he's kind of tied up. We have William Killingham with the ball now. And he traveled. Winfield seems to have just a little bit of trouble getting it together tonight. 3:02 remaining in the first quarter. Score of 14-3 Elsberry. And Jake Reimel coming up the court. Knocked it back to Hill. Hill throws it over, and easy off the bat. Easy for Gabriel Hill. And on the baseline, defensive rebound by Elsberry. Derek Taylor bringing it up, throws it over to, and three-pointer no good by Jake Reimel. Winfield rebounds the ball and bringing it up court. And that was an ill-advised pass right into the traffic. And Elsberry throws it back out. Throw it back out, let Derek Taylor set it up. And we have a stoppage in play. And it looked like that was a foul on Gabriel Hill for elbowing. Winfield has the ball out of bounds. Both teams making some major changes in personnel. Chase Rankin has the ball, bringing it up court. Winfield's having a little trouble with their passes tonight. And he traveled. Elsberry's just keeping a lot of pressure on Winfield. They can't seem to handle it. Minute 41 remaining in the first quarter. 16-3, Elsberry over Winfield. Cross-court pass here to Trevor Anthony. Sets it up for Nathan Reed. Oh, good pass up the middle. And it falls in for Trevor Anthony, plus the foul. Trevor Anthony, the 6'6" senior, free throw line, and his shot is no good, and they thought they could keep it inside, but they just couldn't. So, ball goes out of bounds to Winfield. Chase Rankin bringing it up court. No pressure by Elsberry. Rankin tried to ball handle it in. Looks like Hunter Grills fouled him. And they're still not in a bonus. Elsberry making a wholesale change, and the Elsberry fans are very appreciative. And there was number 24, that's William Killingham for Winfield. Got another basket. Cross-court pass. That was intended for Eddie Bonstel, and it was tipped out of bounds by Winfield. Bonstel's going to throw it in. He gets it into Hunter Grills. He takes a shot, and he is fouled hard. That's 2 fouls on Winfield's Ian Pruitt. So Hunter Grills is at the line, first shot up, and hits the front of the rim and bounces out. Second attempt coming up. And it hit both rims and bounced out. Elsberry's putting a little pressure on now. See how Winfield can handle that. Chase Rankin has the ball, and he stepped on the line. I thought maybe there was going to be a pushing foul on Chase Rankin, but they called him stepping on the line. So Elsberry gets this ball back. Elsberry's very much in control of this game so far. Derek Taylor bringing the ball up. Ball almost stolen by Winfield, but not quite. Gabriel Hill with the attempt, and he was kind of stuffed. Winfield comes up with the ball, and they're heading up the court. And the foul was called on Elsberry. That foul was on Hunter Grills. Cannon Schutte and who else? Cannon Schutte and Bryant Reeves coming into the game for Winfield. Brendan Wilson handling the ball, get it back to Reeves. Kind of surprised they're not doing anything. There's only 5 seconds there. A three-pointer, and it bounced off the rim. And second shot was up and no good. And that's the end of the first quarter. So at the end of one quarter, the score is your Elsberry Indians 18 and the Winfield Warriors 5. Let's take a break. And we are back for the second quarter. Hopefully this quarter I'll do a little bit better job with the camera. I gave up on doing any stats. There is no possible way. I just don't have enough hands or eyes. So right now Nathan Reed has the ball, and an offensive foul on Nathan Reed. Winfield gets the ball back. Bryant Reeves brings it up the court. Over to Wilson on the outside. They get it into the paint, and it rolls in. Ian Pruitt for 2 points. Bringing it back up the court, forcing the issue is Jake Reimel, and he gets it in. Reeves with the ball. Pretty good ball handler, Reeves. And I believe they're going to, oh, they called a foul on Jake Reimel. Wow. I kind of thought maybe they were going to call traveling on that. Winfield still is not in the bonus points, so they're having to throw it in. No 1-and-1 shooting. Oh, right in. Okay, they call that traveling. He took a stutter step there. That was Cannon Schutte. Took a stutter step in the paint and didn't take the shot the first time. So Jake Reimel's going to throw it in. Winfield's coming up with a full court press. Doesn't seem to be affecting anybody. Garrick Hill got fouled. Elsberry is in the bonus, so this should be 1-and-1. Garrick Hill looks at the basket. And no good. Rebound by Winfield. They bring it up the court fast. Reeves slows it down. Keeping it on the outside. They're just having a lot of trouble getting it to the inside. And ball thrown around, and it's picked up by Elsberry. And foul on, I believe, Winfield's 32. Derek Taylor took that foul, and he's kind of limping. It's going to be a 1-and-1. They determined he was not shooting at the time. That's 3 fouls on Ian Pruitt. It's a lot of fouls to have with 6:36 remaining in the second quarter. So Derek Taylor takes the first shot, and it just dies up there on the rim and the backboard. Three-pointer by Winfield, and it bounces in and out. Derek Taylor with the rebound over to Garrett Hill. Betty Bonstell now with the ball, passes it back to Taylor, over to Hill. And Bonstell, oh, he mishandled the ball, but he was. Oh, no timeout called by Elsberry. So on the scoreboard, we have 6 minutes and 8 seconds remaining in the first half. Score is Elsberry 20, Winfield 7. Both teams are now in the bonus. Elsberry has 16 fouls. Winfield has 18 fouls. So back to the game. Bonstell getting ready to throw it in. He better, I was gonna say he better be getting rid of it. He threw it into Cody Thornhill. Back to Thornhill again, and he's up for a layup, and it just bounced out. Bonstell with the rebound, brings it out. Over to Gabriel Hill, back to Garrick Hill, and he drives in and gives a spin move, and it just won't fall for him. A lot of shots from underneath, nothing falling in. But Gabriel Hill was fouled, and now he's going to the line for 2 shots. Ball spun its way out. I've never seen the basketball spin in and out as much as it has tonight. It can be inside that rim and still find a way out of there. Gabriel Hill up for a second shot. And Garrick Hill with the rebound and off the, okay, here we go with a three-pointer. Have it inside to Garrick Hill, and he's in finally, get it 2 points there. Takes the score 22-7. Brought up court by Winfield. Three-point attempt by Brennan Wilson, and it was good. Long pass up the middle. It was last touch by Winfield, though. Try to keep this camera going up with it. So it's Elsberry's ball out of bounds. They better get some players off the court. I think you're only allowed 5 on it at a time. Eddie Bonstell taking it out. And the ball was thrown in to Trevor Anthony. They called a foul on him for that. Sometimes I'd like to have them explain to me exactly what they're calling a foul on. Three-point attempt by Bryant Reeves is no good. In all that exchange, that was a foul called on Jake Reimel, his second. Takes Bryant Reeves to the line. This will be a one-on-one. I believe it's his first time to the line tonight. Not sure. First point up, and it is good. Cuts the Elsberry lead to 11. Reeves with another shot attempt. Ball is up, and it's good. Winfield putting some pressure on Elsberry now. Oh, see what they called on that. Hey, they called a foul on Winfield, Chase Rankin. That puts Garrick Hill on the line. Thought maybe they could have called an elbow on Garrick Hill on that. But they're the referees, I'm not. I'm just saying what they did. And Hill's first attempt was no good. Here's his chance to make it up to an 11-point lead again. And it's good. 23-12, Elsberry over Winfield, 11-point lead. Another three-point attempt. Brendan Wilson. He is a three-point shooter, but that one was no good. Jake Reimel has the ball out of bounds. Winfield still with the press. Gets it in, and Winfield steals the pass. And Elsberry stole it right back. And they force it up. And a foul is called on Elsberry, I believe. Elsberry just can't seem to get those shots to fall from inside the paint. It takes Charlie Rhodes to the line for Winfield. Winfield keeps his press up there. Elsberry's going to have to. Okay, here they come out. Okay, they slowed it down, bring it back out. Hill has the ball, passed it off to Eddie Bonstel. A lot of pressure. And a foul was called on Winfield. That was Charlie Rhodes. That's his third foul. So Eddie Bonstel to the line with 2 shots. And it hit the front of the rim and the backboard and came out. Not doing very good on free throws tonight. Percentage is down. Eddie Bonstel still has a second free throw attempt. And it's no good, but an offensive rebound by Hill, and it's no good. They just can't seem to get the ball in when they're in the paint. Three-point attempt by William Killingham is no good, but he was fouled. Yeah, that'll be a 3-point, or 3 shots on a free throw, because he was attempting a 3-point shot when he was fouled. There's the first shot, and right in there. That's William Killingham at the line. Waiting to get the ball. Okay, he's got it now, so he's getting ready for his second attempt. No good on the second one, but he still got one more. 10-point lead for Elsberry right now. Killingham's attempting to make it a 9-point lead. And the third shot was no good. And here's Derek Taylor coming up, and they called him for traveling. Wow. A lot of traveling calls tonight, too. You don't hardly see that in basketball anymore. Here's Rikers with the ball, throwing it out. Shot was no good. Derek Taylor has the ball, bring it up for Elsberry. He's trying to slow it down a little bit. Ball stolen by Winfield. 3-point attempt, no good. And defensive rebound for Elsberry. Garrick Hill has it, and it's up. And that was Hunter Grills with the layup. Under 3 minutes to go in the first half. And I'm still learning. Ball thrown out of bounds. And it's going to be Elsberry's ball. I'm still trying to coordinate myself with this camera, trying to watch the game, call the game. It's hard to watch the game while moving the camera because I can't see the camera. Ball knocked out of bounds by Winfield. That was a pass attempt to Trevor Anthony, who was standing right in the paint. Nathan Reed's going to throw it in for Elsberry. And as the ball was knocked around, it's out to Derek Taylor now. And he's got it into Garrick Hill. Oh, and they call traveling again. Wow. Wow, wow. Apparently, these are not NBA referees back. Get the camera adjusted. Hey, all kinds of exciting stuff happening while the camera's off, of course. Try to get this adjusted. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I was not paying any attention to the game here while I was getting everything fixed back up. Winfield has the ball out of bounds underneath their basket. Pass into Charlie Rhodes, and he takes it into the paint, throws it up, and no good, and it's rebounded by Trevor Anthony. Derek Taylor had the ball, and I'm sorry I didn't get the camera over there, but they called it traveling again. These referees really, really like traveling. Or they don't like it and they call it. There's a 3-point attempt. No good, and push it up. Derek Taylor comes up with the ball, and he's called for traveling. I haven't seen so much traveling called in a game in I don't know how long. Under 1 minute remaining in the first half. Something happening down at that end. Derek Taylor's coming out of the game. Winfield has the ball out of bounds. Bryant Reeves is going to throw it in. Charlie Rhodes has it back to Reeves. Reeves playing his point guard position. He's got it over to Brennan Wilson. Ball thrown up. Oh, offensive rebound though with Winfield, but they stepped on the line. .36.5 seconds remaining in the first half. Gabriel Hill's going to throw it in to Garrick Hill. And they get it over to Nathan Reed. And ball thrown right to Hunter Grills. He was right underneath all alone. Three-point attempt is no good. And rebound by Winfield, and that was a travel. That had to be a travel if all the others were. They're not giving them anything on that tonight. They are being consistent, I'll say that. They're consistently calling traveling. As Bryant Reeves comes out of the game. 8 seconds remaining. And Garrick Hill's bringing it up court. And what are they calling there? Turning the ball over. Wow. They're making some calls here I haven't seen since I was in high school. I didn't think they called some of these anymore. Charlie Rhodes is going to throw it in for Winfield. He's throwing it in to Bryant Reeves. He's going to take it up court quick because they're down to 2 seconds. And he takes a three-pointer, and it's up and no good. And that, folks, is the end of the first half. We'll have 13 minutes between halves. But the score is Elsberry 27, Winfield 13. So we're going to take a break here, and I'll be back in a very few minutes.
Service, better value, and better health care to our friends in our communities. We want to say thank you for your support, and we're proud to be your local independent pharmacies in Elsberry and Troy. Visit us online at medicineshoprx.com. At Elsberry Pharmacy and Medicine Shop in Troy, we know what a pharmacy is meant to be. We have numerous programs to help your wallet as well as save precious time. Save money with our RX Savings Club program, and you can save time with our medication synchronization program, where we fill your prescriptions at the same time each month. We also offer our medication adherence program to help you remember to take your medications on time as prescribed by your doctor. Better value, better service, healthcare. Locally owned and operated, and proud to be your local independent pharmacy in Elsberry and Troy. Visit us online at medicineshoprx.com.
You know, the people pulling the strings are usually hard to reach in today's mega bank world. But here at People's Bank and Trust, you deal with the decision maker. At our community bank, which is what good banking relationships are all about. We all live and work right here. With us, you pull the strings. We're People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. You know, the people pulling the strings are usually hard to reach in today's mega bank world. But here at People's Bank and Trust, you deal with the decision maker. At our community bank, which is what good banking relationships are all about. We all live and work right here. With us, you pull the strings. We're People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. You know, the people.
Since 1995, Heartland Restoration has specialized in all types of masonry repairs, concrete restoration, above and below grade waterproofing, snow removal, epoxy joint repair or replacement, and all types of floor coatings. Our mission is to serve you with over 35 years of experience, someone you can trust to do the job right the first time. If you have a project, big or small, please give us a call. Heartland Restoration, 314-993-6377.
Here at People's Bank and Trust, new technology improves our lives. We all know that. But when it comes to your money, wouldn't you just as soon deal with real people rather than recordings and electronics fingerprinting of the mega banks? We put technology to work so we can have more time for you. We're your community bank. People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Everybody knows that high school sports generate suspense, excitement, and drama.
They also generate higher grade point averages, stronger work habits, and greater self-esteem.
Everybody knows that high school sports give us more value for our entertainment dollar.
They also give us leaders committed to strengthening communities right here in Missouri. The true value of playing sports in school can't be measured in wins and losses or dollars and cents. Studies show that participation in sports, along with other extracurricular activities, is one of the best ways to teach leadership, cooperation, accountability, and other invaluable life skills. Don't just stand on the sidelines. Encourage the young people you know to get in the game. When you do, you'll be helping them get ahead in life. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Missouri State High School Activities Association and the Missouri Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association. These days, the concept of value matters more than ever. And you'd be hard-pressed to find a better value than high school sports. Extracurricular activities, including sports, make up about 2% of the budget for a typical Missouri high school. In return, participation in sports promotes citizenship and sportsmanship. Sports also instill a sense of community pride and teach lifelong lessons about cooperation and self-discipline. They encourage physical fitness. They produce community leaders. By offering so many benefits to the community for such a small percentage of a school's overall budget, it's easy to see why high school sports are one of the best bargains around. The real cost would come from not having them at all. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Missouri State High School Activities Association and the Missouri Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Are you familiar with or have you experienced water damage in your business or home? Even if the damage is small, repairs can be very costly, not to mention the unpleasant sight and smell of the damaged area. It's okay. Heartland Restoration is here to help. Give us a chance on your next project. Call 314-993-6377 today.
Ever wonder where your hard-earned money goes when you deposit it? It stays here, at home, to help make living here what we've all come to expect. We've got everything the mega banks do, but we've made a commitment to our community. So when you're looking for the right bank, see People's Bank and Trust, Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
And we are back for the second half of this basketball game. The score is Elsberry 27, Winfield 13. And Elsberry started off gangbusters on this game and then kind of slowed down a little bit about the second quarter. Winfield started putting a little bit of pressure on him, and it was making some difference. So we'll see what Elsberry, what the coach, what he tried to inspire into his players. See how they can come out and break that press, because it was doing a pretty good job on them. At this point in time, 27-13, a 14-point lead is a pretty good lead, but I don't think it's a comfortable lead. Hoping my camera's not freezing up too much. Check my internet connection here. No, it's showing pretty good power, so we'll just have to see. But Elsberry gets the ball out of bounds to start this second half. Derek Taylor's going to throw it in to Nathan Reed and right back to Derek Taylor. Over to Hill. He takes a shot from the paint and 2 points. So quickly, Elsberry gets on the board in the second half. Here's Bryant Reeves bringing it up court for Winfield. Pass over to the outside to Ian Pruitt. Back out to Brennan Wilson. And three-point attempt didn't hit anything except the backboard, but it was offensive rebound for Winfield. And now back outside, and Brennan Wilson gets in there with a two-point shot. So Winfield starting off again with the full court press. There's a three-pointer. No, it's no good. That was Nathan Reed. And ball's outside over to 34, Charlie Rhodes. Back to number 20, he's their three-point shooter, and he nailed it, Brendan Wilson. So, oh, bad pass by Elsberry then. Okay, and Hill now rebounds the ball underneath. Winfield couldn't get it to fall in, couldn't get a foul called. So it's back out to Nathan Reed. He's handling, gets it over to Gabriel Hill. He's dribbling and back out there at the free throw line. Garrick Hill couldn't get it in, but Trevor Anthony was fouled on the rebound and going up with another shot. So Trevor Anthony's at the line with an 11-point Elsberry lead, 29-18, 6 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Off the front of the rim. If there's one thing I'd like to see Elsberry do a little bit better throughout the season, it's free throws. I haven't been able to keep any stats tonight, but I'd say free throw percentage is a little bit low. Up again for a second shot. And it rims around and falls out. Winfield gets the rebound and pressing it up court. So outside to Brendan Wilson, and he takes the baseline. Shot is no good, but he does draw the foul. That call was on Trevor Anthony. That's his second foul. Be a two free throw. First one's no good. Neither team tonight has very good free throw percentage. I've always been a big fan of free throws. I think that's what wins and loses your games for you. Second was no good. Rebound by Hill. Taken up by Nathan Reed. Into Derek Taylor. Back to Reed. And shuffle for the ball. And foul is called on Elsberry. See who they call that on. That was called on Nathan Reed. And that's his third foul. Still pretty early in the game to be having 3 fouls. And he's coming out. Coming in is Hunter Grills. So Winfield's going to bring the ball up the court. And, of course, it's Reeves bringing it up. Eddie Bonstell almost stole the ball. Now he's got it moving up. He gets it over to Derek. And Hunter Grills now with the ball. And it was knocked out of his hands and goes to Winfield. Winfield's getting a lot of breaks here early in the second half, but they don't seem to be capitalizing very much on them. Brendan Wilson has it. Eddie Bonstell knocked that ball out of his hands. Oh, and all right, there. Now Elsberry intercepted the pass. And there's Hill going up, and he shoots it in. Off the glass and in. Winfield bringing it up pretty fast right now, but let's see if they try to slow it. Nope, they're going. Over to the outside. He was wanting a three-point shot, but it wasn't there. Now Brendan Wilson has it. There's a shot from the free throw line. That ball's recovered by Trevor Anthony. Now Derek Taylor with the ball over to Hill. Back to Anthony, out to Grills, over to Bonstell. Bonstell running up the baseline, and he traveled. I knew they were going to call that one. If you even look like you're traveling tonight, you're getting called for it. William Killingham in for Winfield. He's going to be throwing the ball into Bryant Reeves. And now Jake Reimel's taking the place of Eddie Bonstell. Reeves bringing the ball up court. Kind of hesitating at the half court line. Ball's over to Rankin. And bad pass, and Derek Taylor comes up with it. He gets it up to Hill. There's Hunter Grills. And they just can't get the ball to fall in. So Jake Reimel was fouled on his way up. And that foul was on Charlie Rhodes for Winfield, number 34, and that's his fourth foul. 3:35 remaining in the third quarter, and he's got 4 fouls. First shot is up and off the front of the rim. I was hoping I'd be able to keep some stats tonight and keep track of everything, but just from memory, I can tell you that the free throw shooting is not good at all. Second shot up, and it's no good. And there's Reeves with the ball coming up, and three-point shot by Winfield off the front of the rim. Elsberry, they have the ball, and try to get it across court. Derek Taylor with it. And he's passing into Hill. Derek Taylor again on the outside. Winfield's all over him. Hunter Grills has the ball on the outside, and Derek Taylor again. And he was fouled. I was wondering how long it would take to get them to call that. That was William Killingham that fouled him. A non-shooting foul, so that's going to be a throw-in from out of bounds. Hunter Grills is going to be throwing this ball in. He throws it into Garrick Hill. Hunter Grills under the basket and throws it up, and it's good. Now Chase Rankin bringing it up the court. Actually, he passed off to Reeves. Should have known that. Winfield throws the ball out of bounds, and it was intended for Ian Pruitt, but over his head. Winfield's just a little bit too disorganized. Ball tipped out of bounds by Winfield. Jake Reimel's going to be throwing it in. Pass intercepted by Winfield. Three-point shot is up, and it is good. That was William Killingham. Hunter Grills with the ball, and he's to, who was that to? That's to Hill. And, oh no, I'm sorry, that was to Trevor Anthony. Right in the paint, and they just, I'll say it again, they just can't get the ball to fall in from under the paint. And as you can see on the screen, the score is 33-21. So it seems like they're hovering around the 10 to 12, 13-point lead. Wow, there was a free throw that went in. It rolled around a while, had to think about it. But Trevor Anthony with one good free throw. Brings up his second shot. Gives Elsberry a 13-point lead. And his shot is up, and I can tell it was, but Garrick Hill with the rebound in the paint and 2 points. 15-point lead. I believe that's about the biggest lead that Elsberry's had tonight. All right, Reeves with the ball. Gets it out on the sidelines to 32. Right at the top of the key, 32 takes a shot, and it's no good. That was Ian Pruitt. Elsberry with a defensive rebound. They get it into Eddie Bonstell. Hunter Grills under the basket, and it's in. Okay, Elsberry's starting to get something going now. I think Winfield's starting to get a little bit frustrated. Kind of early in the game to be frustrated. There's a shot up by Winfield, no good, and Elsberry with the rebound, and Hunter Grills in with an easy left-handed layup. And I was expecting that. There's a Winfield timeout. Elsberry fans on this side of the gymnasium showing their appreciation. The first 5 minutes of the game, Elsberry looked fantastic, and the last 2 or 3 minutes, they've looked very good. Score is now 40-21. 1 minute, 17 seconds remaining in the third quarter. I imagine inside the huddle there for Elsberry, I imagine he's telling them that you don't have this game won yet. Said you don't stop playing. They certainly didn't look like they had stopped playing. There was the buzzer telling the teams to get out there. They want to get this game going. Winfield's out of the huddle. Elsberry's out of the huddle. So Winfield's going to be throwing this ball in. Reeves is going to be bringing it up the court. Little bit of half-court pressure by Bonstell. Three-point shot by Ian Pruitt, and it's good. And Derek Taylor's bringing it up to, and there's Bonstell on the outside. He thought about a three-pointer. Hunter Grills with the ball, and he is fouled. Second foul on Chase Rankin of Winfield. Bonstell throwing it in. Hill has the ball out to Jake Reimel. Back to Bonstell. He's double teamed. That leaves Derek Taylor open. Jake Reimel going in with a left-handed layup, and it's good. Under half a minute remaining in the third quarter. Winfield bringing the ball up the court. Thought about a three-point shot, but it wasn't there. Now he's going to take one. That ball should have, yeah, they're calling that out of bounds. It hit the cable above. That was Ian Pruitt with another three-point attempt. He hit his last one, but he didn't get that one. 12.8 seconds remaining in the third period. I guess third quarter. I'm doing basketball now. This isn't hockey. Jake Reimel throwing it in. And here goes Hunter Grills up the court. And ball's knocked out of his hands. But it stays with Elsberry. 8.1 seconds remaining, third quarter. Try to keep this camera going with the plays. Jake Reimel with the ball. Underneath, Eddie Bonstell looking. Oh, they called traveling. Of course they did. There hadn't been a traveling call called in the last 10 seconds. They had to get one in there. .4 seconds remaining. Winfield has the ball out of bounds. And there's a layup right at the buzzer, but they're saying it was no good. So that is the end of the third quarter. Score is now Elsberry 42, Winfield 24. Possession arrows in Winfield's favor right now. And they've committed 5 fouls, and Elsberry's only committed 2 fouls in this second half. Pretty clean game in this second half. There, I got the camera over so you can see the scoreboard. They've got 8 minutes and 3 seconds on the clock. I got a feeling that that should just be 8 minutes. But having run a clock before, I know how things can get messed up a little bit. So I try not to fault anyone that's doing the job for these high school games. And to start the fourth quarter, Winfield takes the ball out of bounds. Cannon Schuette's going to be throwing it in to Chase Rankin. He brings it up to the top of the key. And there was Brendan Wilson. Ball was knocked back. Oh, a lot of dribbling there. He would have liked to take it, and oh. Brendan Wilson gets that ball stuffed down his throat by Trevor Anthony. Winfield has it out of bounds. Killingham with the ball. And the ball stolen on the throw-in. And here comes Jake Reimel up the court. And he passes over to Gabriel Hill. But that ball didn't fall. Now they're just throwing the ball back and forth from one end to the other. Ball was intended to pass out for Bonstell, but it was tipped out of his reach. Ball stays with Elsberry. Almost a wholesale exchange for Elsberry. We have Hill in there, Taylor, Nathan Reed, Jake Reimel. Ball's inside to Hill, and he throws it up, and it is good. 44-24, 20-point lead for Elsberry. That's the biggest of the game. That ball was knocked out of bounds by Jake Reimel. Elsberry's a little bit inspired right now, I believe. Winfield gets it thrown in. Three-point attempt, bounces around. That was Bryant Reeves. There's Jake Reimel coming in. And he mishandled the ball, and it's out of bounds and over to Winfield. And here comes Reeves bringing it up for Winfield. I don't think anybody else has brought it up tonight. Inside to, and the ball mishandled, and it's mishandled by Elsberry. Back to Winfield. There's number 32 with a three-pointer, and it's good. That was Ian Pruitt. See what they're calling here. They stopped play. Okay, I think they just stopped it to bring in new players. It's the best I can tell. Doesn't seem to be a foul. 17-point lead for Elsberry. Jake Reimel has it out of bounds. Going to be throwing it into either Garrett Hill or he throws it into Derek Taylor. Now Hill has it up the court. And he just powered his way in there. He's using his size there. Elsberry's finally getting him to fall in the paint now. Ooh. There was Charlie Rhodes driving it in. Winfield still with the pressure. Oh, Anthony. Oh, twice it went up. Trevor Anthony. Just couldn't get it to fall. And he couldn't get a foul called on him either. But it's still Elsberry's ball. They'll be throwing it in, and Garrick Hill has it, and oh, he couldn't get it to fall. And there was a jump ball with Trevor Anthony right in the middle of it. No, I take that back. That was a foul on Anthony. That's his third. Nolan Reicher's coming in for Winfield. Cannon Shooty sitting down. Ball's coming in to Reeves. Keeping the ball outside now. It's inside to Charlie Rhodes. Bad pass for Winfield. And Elsberry mishandled it. Ball just going back and forth and nobody's doing anything right. Ball tipped. Winfield comes up with it. Here's a three-point attempt. And it's good as Nolan Reichers. So Elsberry has the ball. Hill had. And bad pass there from Hill to Jake Reimel. So Winfield is getting on a bit of a run now. And Elsberry called a timeout to try to slow it down. Still 5 minutes and 2 seconds remaining in the game. Elsberry 46, Winfield 32. Take a quick break here.
It may not require a textbook, but it's filled with valuable lessons. It may not take place in a classroom, but it's an ideal environment for learning. It may not involve a diploma, but it can help prepare Missouri's young people for life. It's high school sports. High school sports can play a critical role in.
Okay, we're back. We didn't have time to finish that commercial out. So what we have here now is Winfield has the ball, going to throw it in. Ball is into Ian Pruitt. They're setting up from the outside to Reeves. Over to Brennan Wilson, and now outside, okay, back to Reeves, and he thought about a three-pointer. He would have liked that. But he drives in, and nothing there. Hill with the rebound over to Derek Taylor. He brings it up court slowly, and pass intended for Jake Reimel, but it was tipped out of bounds. And they're saying that it's staying with Winfield. Wow. So Reeves is bringing it up the court. Winfield's getting all kinds of chances here. I think what Elsberry needs to do is just slow it down. There's back to Reeves, over to Ian Pruitt. Three-pointer. And, oh, geez. And they called, what did they call there? Hey, they called the ball out of bounds going to Winfield. Elsberry a little bit sloppy. I spoke a little too soon about how they had things going pretty good. Winfield's cut this to an 11-point lead from a 20-point lead. Ball's into Reeves. Over to Wilson. Back into Rhodes. Over to Ian Pruitt, and the ball is stolen, but he couldn't keep it in. So back to Winfield again. Elsberry's given Winfield every opportunity there is. 3 minutes, 53 seconds remaining in the game. Ball on the outside. I think they're really wanting some three-point shots here. And that three-point shot was blocked, but it was back to Winfield. Reeves taking a three-pointer, and it's no good. Rebound Winfield. And ball is off of Winfield, and Elsberry has the rebounding, Elsberry has the ball from out of bounds. So Jake Reimel throws it into Derek Taylor. And Winfield again has this full court press going, and rolled in and out for Hill. Back to the old ways of the ball not falling in. And Reeves with a three-point attempt. No good. Trevor Anthony with the rebound over to Garrick Hill. Now it's back to Anthony. They got the ball out on the perimeter. What did they call there? Called a foul on Winfield. Ian Pruitt fouled him. That's his fourth foul. No bonus yet. So the ball is into Nathan Reed. He gives it to Hill. Oh, Nathan Reed in for the easy layup. That was a pretty play. So Winfield's bringing it in now. .44 takes a shot, and it rims in and out. Garrick Hill with the, oh yeah, they're gonna call that one an offensive foul. That was an unintentional offensive foul. He just didn't see him in front of him. That foul was on Nathan Reed, and that's his fourth. So both teams have a couple of players with 4 fouls, but there's only 2.5 minutes remaining in the game, so it's not too awful bad. 13-point lead for Elsberry. Winfield with the ball, keeping it out on the perimeter. I think they're looking for three-point shots. And here goes a three-point attempt off the rim. No good, and Ian Pruitt brings it in from the paint. 2 points. Garrick Hill has the ball. Winfield with the full court press. Oh, and he was slapped. That's Chase Rankin with the foul. That's his, what, 3rd foul. That puts Elsberry in the bonus. So from now on, at 7 fouls, they get the 1 and 1. 3 more fouls, they get the automatic bonus. At least I think that's high school rules. Again, I know college a little bit better than I do high school. Hill with the shot, no good. But the ball is tipped up and in. I'm not even sure who got that. That was a free-for-all going up for that rebound, and it just happened to go in. Little mishandling here by Jake Reimel. Has the ball going up. Oh, and they're going to call a foul on, I believe, Jake Reimel. And that just might, I don't remember, that might be his 5th foul. No, it's his 4th. But anyway, the ball goes back to Winfield. 13-point lead for Elsberry. Minute and a half remaining in the game. They got the ball out on the perimeter to number 32, and his three-pointer was no good, but Charlie Rhodes was right there in the paint. Got the 2 points for Winfield, and Hill was fouled again. So get him on the line. This will be a 1-and-1. And we have a timeout called. I believe it was by Elsberry. 1 minute, 22 seconds remaining in the game. The score is now Elsberry 50, Winfield 39. We're just going to keep it right here. I don't believe I can get a commercial in. But this game, in my opinion doesn't mean a whole lot, but in my opinion, this has been a pretty sloppy game by both teams. I think Elsberry's definitely outplayed Winfield, but they just can't seem to get the ball to fall in from the paint. Their free throw shooting has not been anything to write home about. And I'm sure I might hear about my criticisms because they're going to be saying, well, who the heck are you to be criticizing our teams? Give me a little swig of water there. And the teams are coming back out into the court. 1 minute, 22 seconds remaining. And Garrick Hill is on the free throw line. His first shot. No good. And Winfield does get the rebound. So they're going to be hurrying it up. They don't have any time to waste. Three-pointer by number 20 is no good. And Winfield gets the offensive rebound. And Reeves, oh boy, I would have thought that would have been a traveling. But as he tried to drive, Hill just kind of stuffed him back in his place. There's only about a foot difference in the height there. But either way, Winfield has it to throw in. They throw it back out to Reeves. And he's got it up. Reeves outside again. He was going for an NBA three-pointer that time. Here's the three-point attempt, and it's good. That's Ian Pruitt with another three-pointer. 48.6 seconds remaining in the game. Winfield calls a timeout because they're within 8 points now. So we're just going to keep it right here. Once again, Elsberry came out like gangbusters in this second half, but Winfield continued on with a full court press, and that seemed to stymie Elsberry. And couple that with the fact that they couldn't get very many free throws to fall. And after the third quarter, they couldn't get anything from any shots from the paint to fall in. And that basically just boils down to Winfield has outplayed them in this fourth quarter. But fortunately for Elsberry, there's only 48.6 seconds remaining. Referees telling each team to finish it up and get out there. Get the camera turned around here. And Jake Reimel's going to be throwing it in for Elsberry. Winfield, a lot of pressure, throws it into Hill. and passes over to, oh, and here goes Trevor Anthony. Oh. He was going in for a stuff. And he was fouled, and the ball did not drop in. But Trevor Anthony is at the line with 2 shots. Ball is up, and it's good. So that makes a 9-point lead for Elsberry with 41.2 seconds remaining. Anthony out there doing a little traffic cop work for in case he misses it. Let's just hope he doesn't. Ball is up. And nothing but net. So 10-point lead for Elsberry. And there's Reeves taking it all the way up, and he hit a brick wall in the form of Anthony. See how many fouls that is on Anthony now. That's 4 fouls on him. But with 36 seconds remaining in the game and a 10-point lead, it's not that big a deal. Winfield making a bunch of changes, getting other people into the game. I'm not even going to try to keep up with them because by the time that I'd look down to see what number they are, I would miss part of the game. So Winfield's going to throw it in, maybe. Yeah, here he gets it in. And timeout Winfield. I heard the whistle and was wondering what the heck is going on here. Timeout Winfield, 34.7 seconds remaining. Both teams are in the bonus. Once again, we're going to stick right here because these are only 30-second timeouts and they're 30-second commercials. I see several people standing up, a couple people heading for the door. I guess they're wanting to beat the traffic. That's kind of funny. I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of traffic after this game. Might take an extra 35 seconds to get out of here. I don't know. I've never been one to want to leave before a sporting event is over. I've always wanted to see the end of it. Elsberry's back out on the court. Winfield's coming back out on the court now. It's going to be Winfield's ball over on the far side. It's going to be Chase Rankin throwing it in. Chances are he's going to be throwing it into Bryant Reeves. I think I can predict that one. And that's exactly what happened. 32 seconds remaining. Bryant Reeves bringing it up, and he right in the paint. And that was Chase Rankin. He got the 2 points. Wasn't sure if they called a foul on that or not. Apparently not. But another timeout. I'm sure that one's on Winfield. Elsberry has no reason to call a timeout right now with an 8-point lead and less than 30 seconds remaining in the game. They're wanting that clock to go fast. But I look for Winfield to put on some tremendous pressure. I don't know how much is possible in a high school game at this level, but in a college game or professional game, that 8 points can be made up in that 27.6 seconds real easy. Hill has the ball to throw it in, and throwing down the court to Trevor Anthony. And he is fouled going up. But that only took 1.2 seconds off the clock. Foul was on Nolan Rikers. That's his first. So Trevor Anthony at the line. He hit 1 of 2 last time. Ball is up. And it's good. So Elsberry's back to a 9-point lead, 53-44. Pretty much wholesale exchange for Winfield there. Putting their offensive players back out on the court. Second shot is up, and it's good. 26 seconds remaining in the game, and 10-point lead for Elsberry. Reeves is bringing it up court and just a little bit out of control. Nathan Reed has the ball. He's going to be taking it up the court. And that foul, I believe, was on 32. That is Ian Pruitt. I missed the call. I had to look at the scoreboard. Yep, 5 fouls on Ian Pruitt. He is out of the game. .16 seconds remaining. Nathan Reed at the free throw line for Elsberry. 54-44, 10-point lead for Elsberry over the home team Winfield Warriors. The Elsberry fans are kind of feeling it now. There's going to be 2 shots. First shot is up, and it's good. 56-44. I'm sorry, 55-44. If he makes the next one, it'll be 56-44. I know I can add one. And it's good. So I was right. It's 56-44. I know how to count. I'm a graduate of this Winfield school. Well, not this one. The old one, way down the hill. Winfield bringing the ball up court. And Reeves is going for a 3. Yeah, well, he was going for a 3-pointer. Pass in. And it was stolen. Down to 1 second remaining. Ball is up and no good. So, the first game of the season for both teams. And what I feel was maybe just a little bit of a sloppy game. But Elsberry came out on the top end of this one, 56-44. And unfortunately, I have no stats because I was not able to keep any with having to run the camera and the soundboard. And I was my own broadcaster and producer and cameraman, and I was doing every bit of it tonight. But anyway, final score, 56-44, Elsberry Indians over the Winfield Warriors. That takes them to 1-0 this season. And before I sign off, I want to say thank you to everyone that's listening. And this is the Indian Sports Network. And we'll be back on the air Monday night from Elsberry, where I believe it's the Missouri Military Academy will be playing at Elsberry. So this is Kenny Masterson signing off. Good night, everybody.